I thought that the girls had worked really hard after last Saturday on the things that they wanted to be better at, and then we had a real specific game plan for Houston, and they just executed it, and they executed it really well, and we obviously scored goals at crucial times, and that's what we can do. And if we do that, we're always going to be a threat no matter who comes here. And it was just nice to know, I think from the players' perspective more than anything, that we've got a very good group of players here. We might not have the names that we did before, but we've got some excellent players, and I think they proved that tonight.
I imagine one of the main points of tonight's game plan was to shut down Ohio and Daly, given how they were much more dominant against Chicago last week.
Mm-hmm.
What was the key in shutting them down tonight?
We never really talk about individual players, but I think the key for us is always we want to try and force teams into doing something, and then we collapse around it. It's always the same. And we did it really well. We defended on the front foot, I thought. Well, we didn't go chasing the ball around, which we did a little bit last week. And then when we won it, and we won it higher up the field, we then went and played, and we kept the ball well in good areas of the field, and we punished them where we needed to on the back end. And I think, some really, really good goals on top of that. So.
In a situation where your performance has 5 goals,
Yep.
was the finishing from where you were sitting on the sideline, did it look like it was more of a quality finish, better opportunities being created? Or was it you're creating goals when last week you were getting shots, but this week you were getting goals?
Yeah, I think, we always want to score the perfect goal, and tonight we scored a few of those. I think the test for us is when we can't score the perfect goal, can we grind it out and get, the look a little bit, and can we be on the end of second balls? And I think if you look at Bev's goal, KJ's goal, Kristen's goal, they're all the second phase of something, where maybe last week we wouldn't have reacted in that way. And we did tonight. We were on the end of pretty much every second ball. And when you do that, just anywhere on the field, the opposition struggle to break you down or get any rhythm.
You famously said goals change games.
Yeah.
It's always a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Little added special feelings for Kristen and Katie getting their first professional goals tonight.
Yeah, I'm really bad at the draft, and I think that we've often been unlucky, I think, with the draft, where we haven't quite been able to get the performances in the first year off the college players that we'd obviously seen. But I think it's testament to the drafts that we've had that a lot of the players that we've always picked are still in the league. The good thing currently is some of the players that we picked in this year's draft are performing well now. And I think that probably hasn't happened consistently since year one. We obviously had a rough year 2 with Amanda Frisbee getting injured, and multiple things have happened in previous years, but I think we were really confident in the draft that we had this year, and I think the girls are showing that. And I think when Maddie's here full time, I think we'll show that if they keep progressing the way they are, then these are the kids of the future for this football club, and that's in my opinion what the draft's about.
Towards the end of the game, Jess takes a tackle that had her pretty much slipping through
Yeah.
the last bits of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Any early diagnosis on that?
No, I think she'll be okay. I think she just got a bit of a kick on it more than anything, and landed a little bit funny on it, but the doc doesn't seem too worried about it, so we'll obviously take care of her. And the way Jess plays the game, she often is going to come off a little bit bumped and bruised, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's nothing more than that.
Your veterans like people who are now getting back up to 90 minutes, you're
Mm-hmm.
getting Corsi back in after having
Yeah.
some sort of a knock, and you've been getting minutes to rookies. How is that blending of veterans and rookies going so far?
And tonight it went okay. I think that's the thing about this group is we have got some veterans, and the veterans that have been here for a long time want to prove that we're not the team that we put out last year. And the new ones coming in have got this new vibrant, you know, attitude about them. They don't know what happened last year. They weren't here. They hear about it, but they didn't feel it. And all they're being asked to do is go out and prove that you deserve to be at this football club, and they're doing that. And that's all I can ask of them. And I think we're not the finished article, and we're not going to run away with this result and think that we're where we want to be, because we're not. We'll keep our feet on the ground, because we've got a huge job on our hands over the next couple of weeks, because we're not at home, and we are very good at home. That's who we are. But we've got to make sure we match, you know, what we did tonight away from home, and 2 huge games in Boston and Portland to make sure we keep on the right track now.
And then Haley's now going a couple weeks into being number 1,
Yep.
coming into camp.
Yep.
How is that development coming from where she was known to play some of the season to coming into playing all the season?
Well, obviously it was a different game for her tonight than it was last week, I think, in terms of how busy she was, and I think that's all part of her learning. And I think she was really, you know, annoyed that she conceded late. I think the whole group were, and that's a sign of who we want to be. We don't want to give any goals away cheaply, even if it means that, you know, it doesn't affect the result. But I think she's doing well. I think it was always going to be difficult, but she has the ability, number 1. She has the experience too to be a number 1 for this football club, and now she just has to take every game as it comes, and she's doing that. So as long as she keeps doing that, she'll be okay.